Hey guys, welcome to this video. So in the video வந்து ஒரு இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங்கான ஒரு மிஷன் பார்க்க போறோம். ஸ்பேஸ் மிஷன் டபுள் ஆஸ்ட்ராய்ட் ரீடைரக்ஷன் டெஸ்ட் டார்க் மிஷன். ஸோ யார் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க அப்படின்னு பார்த்தோம்னா இட் இஸ் அ மிஷன் பை நாசா. ஸோ in examination point of view, UPSC has asked missions, interplanetary missions and other important missions of NASA, both in prelims as well as in mains. So from that aspect, we are going to look at this video, look at this particular concept in this video. It's a short and or interesting and or concept. So usually NASA oda mission எல்லாம் எப்படி இருக்கும் அப்படின்னா, or any interplanetary mission எப்படி இருக்கும் அப்படின்னா, போவாங்க, it will be based on remote sensing, it will be orbiting the planetary system and it will be collecting and sending data. Based on that, we will map the surface or we'll try to understand what is the atmosphere, how the planet has evolved, whether it will support life, etc. But this is a very different and innovative concept. So in this video, we look at why are NASA spending so many scientists, and why they are putting up this mission DART and Dimorphos and Didymos system. We'll look at what that is, and we'll look at what this DART mission is going to do. So first, why DART அப்படின்னு பார்த்தோம்னா, ஸோ நிறைய ஹாலிவுட் படத்தில் பார்த்துருப்போம். ஒரு asteroid is coming and crashing the earth, and earth will probably be destroyed, or half of the earth will be destroyed, or it will cause huge loss and destruction of life. So இதை ப்ரிவென்ட் பண்றதுக்கு நிறைய விதமான டிஃப்ரெண்ட் பிளாட்ஸ் பேஸ் பண்ணி நிறைய மூவிஸ் பார்த்துருக்கோம் over a period of time. Now this can also happen in reality. It's not just a science fiction. They say, or there are some theories which said that moon was once a part of the earth. Now, due to some collision of some big asteroid-like object, moon is separated out, and ultimately Earth is Earth and moon is moon. So they say moon was that part of actually the Pacific Ocean அப்படின்னு சொல்றாங்க, or Pacific Ocean and the continental shelf or the ocean floor ஓட சேர்ந்து இந்த ஒரு block அப்படின்னு சொல்றாங்க. So this is real. This can happen, and this is maybe in the universe it is happening at many areas, many different solar system, many different galaxies. So this is a threat. So the threat is real, but whether the threat is anytime உடனே வரப்போதா அப்படின்னா இல்லை. NASA has a way of monitoring things. So as per their information, as of now, immediately நாளைக்கு தான் threat இருக்கா அப்படின்னு கேட்டா இல்லை. But this threat may come, that is an asteroid, if the size is big enough. And if it is coming and hitting the earth at a very high speed, it can cause huge loss of lives and property. So in case such a thing is happening, now how can we prevent it from happening? So it does look like a Hollywood movie, but yes, NASA has been already launched this mission. So இதை எப்படி prevent பண்ணலாம்? Prevent பண்றதுக்கு நிறைய, in theoretically a lot of different ways are there. அதில் one of the ways NASA has taken it up and put it into, or they are going to try it now in one system. So the system என்ன அப்படின்னு பார்த்தோம்னா, it is an asteroid called Didymos. Now இந்த asteroid எங்க சுத்திட்டு இருக்கு அப்படின்னா, earth கொஞ்சம் வெளியே, earth orbit and Mars orbit கொஞ்சம் வெளியே இருக்கு. And this is also classified as the near earth object. In future, maybe in hundreds of years, its orbit may change and it may hit earth. So potentially or hazardous is it, but not anytime soon. Now, one reason, or one of the most important reasons why we have selected this particular asteroid system is, see, it is a binary system. So asteroid அப்படின்னா, it's usually வந்து ஒரு piece of rock that is rotating and revolving around the sun. இதுதான் நம்ம usually we think. So like how Earth has the sun, this asteroid also has a very small satellite. இந்த asteroid ரொம்ப சின்னது. Now in the asteroid has another small system that is orbiting around itself, and this is also moving around it has its own orbit to move around the sun. Now, why we have selected such a binary system, that is like Earth and a sun, this Didymos has its satellite. Now that satellite's name is Dimorphos. ஏன் இதை செலக்ட் பண்ணியிருக்கோம் அப்படின்னா, when you are having a binary system, and that binary system, from a user perspective, this small satellite is revolving like this. Now when it is coming here in this position, and let's say you are viewing from this position, when it crosses here, the brightness from this object will vary because this object is present in front of it. Now, based on this variation in brightness, the system will, or we have found out a lot of methods to calculate இது எவ்வளவு பெரிய ஆப்ஜெக்ட் ஆர் இப்படி இங்க ஒரு ஆப்ஜெக்ட் இருக்கா இல்லையா பேஸ்ட் ஆன் த பிரைட்னஸ் அண்ட் ஹவு லாங் டஸ் இட் திஸ் சிஸ்டம் டேக் டு ஆர்பிட் திஸ் சிஸ்டம். ஸோ நம்மளுக்கு இதுல இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங்கான விஷயம் என்னன்னா, we know that it is a binary system, this object exists, etc. We are interested in finding out how long it takes to orbit. Now, இப்படி ஒரு சிஸ்டம் இருக்கு அப்படின்னா, அதாவது ஒரு பைனரி சிஸ்டம் இருக்கு அப்படின்னா, it is very easier to precisely calculate the variation in the orbit because நம்ம அடுத்து ஏன் இந்த வேரியேஷன் இன் ஆர்பிட் நம்மளுக்கு தேவை அப்படிங்கிறத பார்ப்போம். ஸோ இந்த பர்டிகுலர் ரீசனுக்காக இட் இஸ் ஈஸியர் டு மெஷர் ஆர் ப்ரிசைஸ்லி த வேரியேஷன் இன் த ஆர்பிட் between these two bodies if it is a binary system, because from Earth millions of kilometers we are going to view a particular event happening. So why are we measuring this change in the orbit period? Why is it important for us abdina? See, this DART mission, the Double Asteroid Redirection Test mission, enna panna podu abdina, nothing very simple. Usually satellite anapodhu they will send all the complicated or usually peri or missions, very sophisticated and complicated missions will be sent up with it along in space to measure, etc. But this satellite, it also has one or two instruments like that, but ultimately this is a suicide mission. The satellite is going to hit this smaller moon or the moon of the Dimorphos அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு small body which is orbiting the bigger asteroid Didymos. Either one it is going to hit. Now it is going to hit at a very high velocity of 24,000 kilometers per hour. So when an object is already moving and when some object is coming and hitting it at a very high pace, naturally it has to have some effect. Newton's third law, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So it is expected that this body will slightly have a change in its direction or orbit. Now, if இது நடக்குதா இல்லையா அப்படின்னு தெரியறதுக்காக we need a system to measure. So அதுக்காக தான் எர்த்ல இருந்து நம்ம நிறைய டெலிஸ்கோப்ஸ் வச்சிருக்கோம், எக்ஸிஸ்டிங் சிஸ்டம்ல இருந்து மெஷர் பண்றோம். So whether we should know if this is causing any small change in the orbit, that is why we selected this system. So ஏன் இது இப்படி சின்ன சேஞ்ச் பண்ணுதான் எதுக்கு மெஷர் பண்ணணும், ஏன் அதுக்கு எதுக்கு இவ்வளவு பெரிய செலவு பண்ணி இப்படி இது பண்ணோம் அப்படின்னா, now let us say if this smaller system is able to change its orbit in a very small degree. So now this is like a proof of concept. What we are able to in the mission and enna namal take away abdina, idu inga poi idikumbodhu we are going, and if it is changing its orbit, we are able to understand that when we are going to hit one particular body at a necessary temperature, we are able to deviate it from its path. So tomorrow Earth, there's some big asteroid that is coming and it has a potential to hit Earth. Now it is, let's say we are able to locate it at a very far distance from Earth and it is going to come and hit Earth. Earth is like say here. Now, if you are able to, if a dark let's say we are able to find 5 or 10 more whatever the number of satellites to go and continuously hit this satellite, even if the deflection is by a few degrees, and the distance and speed keep in your mind, even if deflection is by few degrees, there are chances that we will be able to redirect this asteroid instead of hitting the Earth to moving slightly away from the Earth. So this is a concept in theory. So அதை டெஸ்ட் பண்றதுக்காக DART அப்படின்னு ஒரு சேட்டலைட் அனுப்ப போறோம். அது இந்த டிடிமோஸ் அண்ட் டிமோர்ஃபோஸ் சிஸ்டம் மேல we are going to test. So usually இதை வந்து இன்னொரு 20 years back or 10 years back, if you had told this, people would have thought it is a great story or science fiction. But NASA is coming out, they've made all the calculations and they're going ahead with it. So the launch has already happened. So let's say what results that this brings. So it can even be a potentially lifesaver for entire Earth. So that's all for this video. This is important both from prelims and mains point of view and more from a preliminary point of view. So thank you.